The last time we met, we drew this game 0-0. And I finished the first phase of the season, so let's see how we did in the games that we played. And I'm going to be honest with you, when we drew again 0-0 at home, for the second game running, I was starting to get concerned, but then we won 6-2 in the next match, and, you know, things happened. Then we lost 2-1 at home to Boyasa, and that was not ideal. But we did win the next game 3-0, and then drew 0-0 again, for the third time this season, which is not great, but at least we started to win. We started to win quite comfortably, as Fortaleza were beaten by 2-1, while Santander were beaten 3-1. We then won 2-0 and 3-0 in the next two league games, and I was thinking we're going really, really well, especially when we got our 5th straight win after we beat Verdepur, and then we lost 2-1 at home against Lenoas, and I thought, okay, fine, we can work with this. Then we drew 1-1 against Leones, and I was not happy. Then we took on Atletico Hilario, and we beat them 3-1. We'd already qualified for the first phase at this point, so I can show you what happened afterwards. But then we lost the last game against Deportes Quindio, and if we had won that game, we probably would have won the first phase league table, so there's that. But then we started to play the next phase, and we beat Leones 3-0 in the first game. We drew 0-0 in the next game against Bonquilia. We then drew 1-0 against Fortaleza, and then we won 3-0 against Leneros, and then drew 0-0 again against Fortaleza before we lost 1-0 in the last game of the first group stage, and we were eliminated. So, it's not ideal, really. I thought we could win this. Turns out, I couldn't, and we missed out by 2 points. We only conceded 2 goals as well, which is the worst part. We only conceded 2 goals, and before that game that we lost 1-0, we only conceded 1 goal in the entire competition. So, we're out, we've been beaten, and the team that beat us lost 5-1 over 2 legs in the final anyway, so apparently they're not good. But yes, we've got some things. We've got 10 clean sheets so far out of the 21 matches we've had, so we know we can keep a clean sheet at least. And we've got a player that's got 10 goals. So it's not like we're terrible. We need to do better. But hopefully we can start doing better things in the future. And at least I know we're doing okay. Just a bit of a concern. The wage is a bit higher. And we've already got like half the league insecure financially. So what on earth am I meant to do? And I don't expect to be insecure financially as well, because we're already nearly $1 million in the red. And we're paying about 3 million a year. We're paying about 97 grand in wages, and it's not ideal. And then we are expected to be 3.36 million in the red. I've already upset some players because I wanted to get rid of them for finances. And also, I fined this guy because it was bad. He didn't like it. I've not played him since. A 6.59 average rating. I think you can see why I was fining him a bit, but apparently he didn't let me in fined, so I'm now getting rid of him, either by mutual termination or just selling him. It's one of the two. I will get rid of this guy. I just don't like him anymore, even if he's apparently one of my better players. So what can you do? We're still the second best team in the league though, so at least I've got that going for me, I suppose. Hopefully we'll do better. Also, the fans don't like me, so apparently I'm a C- and they're disappointed what I'm doing because we didn't win the league, like the first phase. So there's that. At least the board are not too upset, but they're disappointed with the fact I've not made any signings. I can't really make a signing. I did get this guy, but yeah, he was already here. And he's been paid £220 a week. So, financially, it's a smart move, because it's not a lot of money compared to this 6.25 grand some of the players have been paid, and they were injured. This guy was injured for half the year. He's not played a game yet, and he's been paid 6.75 grand a week. And I've not been able to use him. I also will not get any money for him if he was to leave. So, it's not ideal. And also, this guy's not played yet, and I don't like him. I feel like I'm going to need to move him on because I don't think he's going to be that great. Personally, he's slow. It's not great. He's also shorter than 6 foot. You don't really want someone like that in the team, especially when he rinds up opponents and argues with officials and brings the ball out of defense. Does he look like a ball-playing defender? Also, before I forget, that's how the first phase ended. That's how close we were to winning the league. If we hadn't lost, we probably would have actually won the league. So, yeah, first phase would have been ours if we'd not lost that last game. But yeah, let's now actually get to the second phase and see how we did. So, first thing first, we're in the second phase. We're insecure financially. We're now 2.8 million in the red. And our wage has been cut. Like, the wage budget literally been cut to 78 grand. So that's a good start. The board actually had to cut it down. I've actually had to get rid of some players and actually terminate some contracts to at least make our wages look better. I've also managed to scare one of my players into retirement. So there's that. Yeah, remember this guy I said I wasn't so keen on? Yeah, he's retiring. So there's that. He's got a coaching badge as well, so he's going to be a coach. He's useless as a coach. I've already listed for transfer, and I only played him 10 times. He got a 6.67 average rating. He's a fringe player, but that's his best. See why I'm trying to get rid of him. So I actually went to the transfer market, and I brought this guy in on loan, Jose Carlos Caldera, and I thought, great signing, 20 years of age, young. It will help with the under 23s thing, and he's actually going to develop. So I was hoping to get this guy afterwards, but I can't get him because apparently he is too good, and the team actually wanted to give him a first chance next year. Apparently, I'm too good at developing players in this game, and I managed to make him so good that even his parent club now want him after they looked like they were going to sell him because they literally could not afford his wages, which was just 2 grand. Yeah, 2 grand. Apparently, it's so extortion for them that they were in so much financial trouble that they were looking to sell him on. I just looked at him and said, okay, I'll loan him from you. And they said yes. So I got this guy. My only other signing was Kevin Cortez, and he only got signed for a half-year deal, and I like this guy. He's been quite good for me. So let's go over the matches we had so far and see if we actually got to the final this time of the second phase of the league. So here we are, looking at the second phase, and we won the first game 2-0, then won the next game 3-0, and I thought, you know what, 2 wins in the first 2 games is great. Then we took on Boysa and drew 1-0 against them, so okay, we didn't do the best there. But then we lost 2-0 against Barranquilla, the team that beat us in the last time they took us on and knocked us out of the phase groups, so that was fun. And now I don't like them anymore. And then we won the next game 4-2 against Fortaleza, and I thought, yes, we're going to do well. Then we started to have bad run of form. We drew 1-1, then lost 2-1. We beat Tigres by 2-0. Then we lost 4-2 against Boca Juniors de Cali. Then we drew 0-0, then lost 3-0. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was starting to get reports that I could be sacked. And, yeah, the fact apparently 3 defeats in 5 matches is not great. I only got 1 win in that time. And, yeah. In fact, the worst part is we only got like 2 wins in between September and August. In fact, we only got 2 wins between August and September. So I imported my training from last year and had a friendly. The friendly seemed to do the trick because we won 3 of the next 4 matches and we qualified for the group. And I thought, yes, we're in. We're really good. And then we took on Barranquilla and beat them 1-0. We then beat Osimarso 2-0, the team that beat us early in the phase. And then we lost to Deportes Quadia by 3-1 at home. Okay, it's fine. We then took on Barranquilla and beat them by 1-0 before we destroyed Deportes Quadio and won the group. So there's that. We then won the next game 2-0, so we're looking good. But the fact we won this group by 6 points this time compared to what we did last time, and the team in second place got the same amount of points as we did when we failed, was interesting and telling. But then we had a final to play against Fortaleza, and they beat us earlier in the year. Can we do the favour? Can we return the favour this time? Well, the first leg was actually very much their game, and they should have won. They honestly should have won this game. Match stats tells you that the fact they had 10 shots is good, but they had just 1 shot on target. We had 3 shots, but a bare XG per shot. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm a lucky boy, and we should not have got away with this. And also, 1 shot on target in the entire match for this final, first phase. Yeah, this is not good. This is not a good leg. But then we went for the other leg. And then we won the second leg by 2-0. I was ecstatic when this went in because Carrillo does this. He should have done better potentially, yes, but 1-0 inside of the limits. Then we got a penalty, and it's in off the post. And we win 2-0 to win the phase by 2-0. And I was delighted because it meant that we had won a trophy. And there's actually a goal that in my bad run of form I want to show you that epitomized my bad run of form at the time because it's that hilarious to me. This was a goal that was scored against me, and I thought, okay, it's fine. We saved it, and then Powell just clears it against the player's head. Yeah, not ideal. Wish I knew why he did it, but that XG charge was so bad. It was so high, it was ridiculous. We got an equaliser still, and we didn't lose, but it could have been so much worse. But yes, despite finishing in just 5th place in this phase, we were crowned champions because we got to the final and then won it against a team that finished 4th. So maybe I'm lucky, maybe I'm not, but I got a trophy to my name, and the fans don't hate me anymore. The board loved me because I've actually won something, and they're pleased with my management. The fans still don't like me so much, so we've now got a final, another one, and if we win this, we will be promoted. So it's a Champions playoff, 2nd leg. Win it, we're promoted as champions. Can we do it over 2 legs? Well, let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, we took on Bielsa and we took the lead inside 8 minutes thanks to this penalty before we wrapped the game up with a goal in the 78th minute of the game. Cortez plays it in. Arias, the striker, comes on with the bench to score this header to make it 2-0 to ensure we win by 2-0 in the first leg. So we go to home defending a 2-goal lead. The question is, could we defend it and secure promotion as champions to the top flight? The answer to that is yes. Despite the fact we dominated the game, we didn't score a single goal. There's just 1 shot on target in the entire match of the 20 shots on goal. I don't know how either. But we won the game, we were crowned champions, and we got the trophy lift again. So 2 trophy lifts, we are officially champions. For the first time in this save in FM23, and we're going up. And yes, this is the confirmation that we were promoted, going up as champions, and it was really, really good. Even if I gave a player a debut match today in the game as well, because I had no choice. But we were champions, the fans were overjoyed that we got champions and that we were promoted. And it's good. It's really good that we've done it. And I'm just happy we've got ourselves justice here. And the board loved me as well. So there you go. What I have noticed though, as I'm going to go through this now, I've already lost the end of season rewards thing. So that's unfortunate. I don't think I can get to this. So yeah, this is here. And we got the fans player of the year. Cesar Carrillo was the fans best player. And you can see why. 8 goals, 8 assists in the entire league campaign. And he was quite good. He didn't sell us justice. He's 30s of age, being paid 4.2 grand a week. It got a year extension on him, so there's that. And I think that's why he's been paid so much. But we got him down, and it's good. He's been really useful. Our best midfielder, and probably the best player at the team now. So it's very good to say the least. But yeah, Henry Obando was good as well as Yolista Martinez, who will be leaving us because he's on loan from America to Cali. And I can't get him to... I can't agree a new deal with him, so it's slightly awkward. But Cortez was the best signing, the player I bought for free. Good stuff there. And Jose Carlos Cadero was the young player of the season, so again, really, really good. The high level rating thing is broken. Don't know why, but I don't mind. But this is what's interesting to me, is the supporters profile. This could change. I never knew that could change, but here we are. Apparently, we've lost some hardcore fans, and they've been translated into family fans, or because of 36,000 new followers or something like that. That's where they've come from. The supporters want defensive solid football, direct football, and counter-attacking football, as well as to beat our rivals when we have to play against them. The rivals who happen to be relegated anyway, so they are going down. And it's hilarious that's the case. So yeah, they're going down, and we are fine. Also, fun fact, you get relegated by average points in this league. Another reason. So, it also means that our fierce rivals who finished bottom overall didn't actually finish bottom in the average points and could have survived if they got just a few more points, like 1 more point or something in this season. So we could have been playing against them next year if they just got 1 more point. But average points decides who goes up and who goes down. I don't think you can win the first phase and then get relegated because you got too many points, but it's interesting in a way, isn't it? I love that. That's a very fascinating way of doing it. It does not take into consideration that some teams will play 56 games though, but Independiente Medellin played both phase finals and won both of them, so that's why they played that many games. But here we are looking at the club and expectations meeting from the board now. So they want me to sign players under the age of 23 for the first team, work with the wage budget, grow the club reputation, sign 1-year contracts for players over the age of 23, but sell players before buying, which is saying something. They also want me to repair the club's financial damage by next season. So I'm going to ask this question, and ask very, very quickly. How on earth am I meant to fix this when I'm expected to go down to this sort of money again? I have been given new wages, and my wages have literally been restored for this year as well. But yeah, the fact they want me to get rid of the wages and to repair the club's financial damage when I think every team is losing money left, right, and centre. But yes, I don't know what to do with the club's financial damage, since I honestly don't think I can repair the club's financial damage in the next couple of years. We do have the wages back to 98 grand, and I am committing to 80 grand, so I've already cut the wages quite a bit. I'm going to try and cut some more. So whether or not I can do that, I don't know. But if this is not able to be fixed, I have no idea what's going to happen next year. I really don't. So could I be sacked because I couldn't get the club's financial reputation back to where it used to be? Who knows? Either way, that's a fun little challenge for me, I suppose. The question is, who's going up with us since, you know, we've just won the league, but there's now another promotion playoffs, and it's between Deportes Cotillo and Boyasa. So what I realized is if we hadn't won the game, we would be in this playoff right now, and against a team that finished top of the league. They finished top of the league overall, didn't they? Or third place. So that's interesting to know. So let's find out who got promoted with us. So a bit of news. We've lost this left back to the team that we beat in the second phase final. He has good potential, but I wasn't really using. Only gave him his debut like once this year. He only played once and got 7.2 average rating. But hey, he's left us now. I can't do much about it. I could just replace him with players in the future. I hope I could do that. But we have seen who is going up, and it is Deportes Cotillo. So the two best teams on paper are going up. They won 4-1 overall. They won the first leg 3-0 before they drew the next game 1-0. So they are going up with us. And it's interesting to me because, you know, didn't know that could happen. Didn't know that the team who finished top could actually fail to get promoted. But again, not the end of the world. The fact there was actually two different finals was fascinating to me as well. So I didn't know that could happen. But again, it also shows you how good Deportes Cotillo was, because they actually won both phase league tables and then failed to do well in the next part. So they got 62 points from the two phases, but then literally failed to go through. Almost identical records as well. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where that can happen. But the first league, we know who's going up and who's going down. In that, you've got Union Matalana and Atletico Bucaramanga going down. So we're not going to take on them next year. I'm just going to show you this because it's hilarious. Have you ever seen anything this bad before? Like 1, 2, 3, 4 teams in the top flight are not insecure financially. Only 4 teams. Then you look at our league, and there's just one team that's not insecure financially. I have never seen this be as bad as it is financially for every team. And here's a fact. I've cut my wages for salary per year by almost $1 million, and we're still struggling financially. I have no idea what's going to happen financially for the rest of the season. I have no idea what's going to happen financially for the save generally. I've never been in this situation before, where the entire country is full of situations like this. Unless every team decides to sell their facilities, I don't see how you're going to get your money back unless you're selling all your players. Speaking of which, I think we've already made some moves, I think, in the transfer window. Oh, we also did sell goalkeeper Welder Moscua for $5,000. I didn't get in the money, but he was one bit away to get rid of some wages. He played for San Jose and playing for them in the league. And we've got the league loaded, so we know that they actually are using him. They finished in 19th. I love this kind of sport. It's bizarre to me. But yes, I am going to end this here. Hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. Hope you guys will like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It does help me a lot. But until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.